Alright. Another story, another way. Oh my god, how many stories are there?
This story happened in the far north. A man was going through a forest and he came across a huge wolf. The man was frightened to death and he couldn't see at first that the wolf was in a trap. The beast looked exhausted. It was clear that quite a bit of time had passed since the wolf fell into the trap. The man came closer and examined the animal. He noticed her swollen nipples in which there was milk. It became clear that there must be hungry pups somewhere nearby. Despite her fatigue, the she-wolf did not let the man come to the trap. It was necessary to do something. Looking around, the man went to search for pups. A few minutes later, he managed to find the location of the wolf den. The man brought his hands to his mouth and tried making a wolf howl to call the babies. No one appeared. He tried again. To his surprise, he managed to get the pups to come out of their den. Obviously, they were hungry. It was hunger that made the pups come out. The man took them and put them into his bag. He went to the she-wolf. Approaching the place, the man saw the she-wolf standing quietly and looking at him. Of course, she smelled her pups and was anxiously waiting for them. The man let them go, and they joyfully ran to the wounded she-wolf. Licking her babies, she lay down, and the little wolves started sucking her milk. On the way to the she-wolf, the man noticed a body of a dead deer, so after taking the pups back, he immediately went to bring it. This food was enough for a couple of days. Having fed the she-wolf, the man set up a campsite and stayed there for the night. In the morning, the pups woke up the man, playfully licking and sniffing his face. The wolf watched this with excitement, and then the thought occurred to the man, what if I try to gain the confidence of the predator? Maybe this way I will be able to save her from the trap. Over the next few days, the man talked with the she-wolf for hours, fed her, and slowly began to approach her. The she-wolf appreciated the efforts of the man and allowed him to get a little closer to her. Once, while feeding the wolf, he noticed a slight wagging of her tail, and he decided that he needed to act. The man took a blanket, wrapped it on his hand, and sat next to the she-wolf, so close that she could easily grab his throat. She let him do it, and sitting next to her on the cold earth, the man fell asleep. In the morning, he was awakened by the fluffy wolf pups. The man was very excited and happy that he was still alive. It was quite a chance. He could not miss the chance. The man put his hand on the wolf's injured leg. The wolf shuddered, but showed no signs of aggression. Then the man finally released the poor beast's paw. One would expect the she-wolf to pick up her pups and leave, but the man was surprised when she came up to him with the pups and began licking his hands. And then the most unbelievable thing happened. The savior of the she-wolf realized that she was calling him to go with her. He was amazed by this behavior, and he went after the she-wolf. Following the rescued wolf, the man went into the depths of the forest. After a while, they came to a plain with a beautiful lake. The man saw that a wolf pack of 8 adult animals and several pups lived in this place. The wolves greeted the she-wolf with a heartbreaking howl. The wolf with her pups joined the pack. Of course, anyone would hardly want to be in such a place. To his own surprise, he was not scared. On the contrary, he felt as if he were part of the pack. It was getting dark. The man made a fire and pitched a tent. He saw wolf silhouettes moving in the dark. He had a strange feeling, an unusual admiration and reunion with nature. He was not afraid of the wolves. He knew they would not do any harm to him. He saved the she-wolf, and she brought him into her home in gratitude. The traveler woke up with the first rays of the rising sun. He realized that it was time to leave the she-wolf and this place. When the man was getting ready to leave, the she-wolf was nearby, sadly looking at him. The man slowly set off, then he stopped and turned around. What did he see? It was amazing. The wolf and her little pups were right at the same place. They were looking at him as if they were accompanying him till the road. The man raised his hand and waved to them. The she-wolf answered him with a long, mournful howl, which rang out through the forest. But what happened next will be a great surprise. 4 years later, the man returned to the same place. Walking through the forest, he saw a trap. It was the very trap from which he had saved the she-wolf. It was on the same tree where he had left it. Memories flooded over the man, and something made him go to that very plain where he had seen the she-wolf and her pups last time. Coming closer, he saw a huge bear near the lake. The bear smelled the human and rushed to him. The frightened man in an instant climbed to the top of a tree. The bear started climbing the tree for the prey. The man brought his hands to his mouth and tried making a wolf howl several times. The man was preparing for the worst fate of his life. But suddenly, something made the bear look back and descend from the tree. From the side of the lake, 4 huge wolves were approaching. Showing their teeth and snarling awfully, they forced the bear to go away from that place. Then the wolves left, except one. The wolf stayed and was looking at the man for a long time. Yes, it was that she-wolf that he saved 4 years ago. A loud farewell howl of the she-wolf broke the silence in the forest, and she ran toward her friends. Soon the man left the forest and never returned there again. However, now he had the most vivid memories that remained with him forever, and he remembered his experience among the wolf pack for his lifetime. This experience always reminded the man that in nature there are things which are outside the laws of human understanding. For this short moment of time, a man and an injured wolf overcame barriers between each other and mysteriously penetrated each other's world. Although it may seem impossible, friendship between a man and a wild beast can be so amazing.